I'm with the Sterling Heights Nature Center, and behind the camera today is Anne-Marie.
Hi.
We hope you had a great Halloween, and we're all looking forward to Thanksgiving. When I think of autumn and Halloween and Thanksgiving, they all have a few things in common. One, of course, is the pumpkin. We have a few leftover pumpkins with us today, so we're going to utilize them for science. So for this next 5-minute nature break, we're going to call this the leftover pumpkin patch. All right, let's first talk about the parts of the pumpkin. What we have here is the stem, the vine, these are the ribs, the whole thing's called the rind, and down here is the blossom end. We also like to do a little bit of measuring. So I'm wondering, if I measured the circumference of this pumpkin all the way around, what do you think I'm gonna get? We'll tell you the answer in a little bit. So now we're gonna compare 3 different pumpkins. A small pumpkin, a medium pumpkin, and a large pumpkin. And while we were looking at the pumpkins, we wanted to know if they had the same amount of ribs on each one. So when we started with the small pumpkin, we counted 22 ribs. When we went to the medium pumpkin, we actually counted 21 ribs. Then when we got to the large pumpkin, we actually counted 26 ribs. Also, when we're looking at the pumpkin, we're wondering what's inside. So we took one and we opened it up. And inside the pumpkin is the pulp or the meat of the pumpkin, these fibrous strands. What they actually call it are the brains of the pumpkin. And then we have all kinds of seeds. So with our 3 pumpkins, we did open them up and we wanted to figure out if all these 3 pumpkins had the same amount of seeds in it. So let's start with the small pumpkin. We opened it up and we got 333 seeds. The middle pumpkin, when we opened it up and took out all the seeds, we actually counted that there were 549 seeds in the medium pumpkin. Then we opened the larger one and we came up with 521 seeds in it. So that's kind of cool. The middle pumpkin had more ribs and actually had more seeds than the larger pumpkin. All right, here's a fun fact for you. What does a male polar bear, a bull buffalo, and a large draft horse have in common? Well, they all weigh over 1 ton. The largest pumpkin in the world weighed over 2,000 pounds. 2,000 pounds equal 1 ton. That's a cool fun fact. This is all for science. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at the pumpkin and we're going to ask you a question. Is this pumpkin going to sink or float? And if it does float, is it going to float blossom end up, stem up, or float on its side? Ready? Let's find out. Here it goes. 3, 2, 1. It floats. And it's floating on its side. What if I tip it up? Ooh. Oh, nope, on its side. What if I go like this? Nope, It's floating on its side. But a pumpkin, it does. It floats. Let's talk about a few more fun facts about pumpkins before we go. How long does it take a pumpkin to grow? Well, it depends on the pumpkin. Generally, it takes 90 to 120 days for a pumpkin to grow. That means you're going to take one of these seeds and plant it around May to get a pumpkin by October. Do you know that pumpkins can grow in different colors? I have seen a orange pumpkin, I've seen a green pumpkin, and I've seen a white pumpkin. But pumpkins can also come in the color blue. I've never seen a blue pumpkin, but I'll be out to look for one soon. Pumpkins are native to North America, and every part of the pumpkin is edible except for the stem. Pumpkins are made mostly of water, and that's why the pumpkin that we showed you, all pumpkins will float. Now, we asked you earlier what was the circumference around one of the pumpkins, and the answer was 33.5 inches round for this pumpkin. I hope some of you got that answer right. And another fun fact is, did you know that pumpkins were actually once used for treating snake bites? Yep, that's a true pumpkin fact, but I would recommend it. And finally, pumpkins, because they have seeds inside them, a pumpkin is actually a fruit. Well, thanks for joining us for this 5-minute nature break regarding our leftover pumpkin patch. And I had a good time. We hope you did. Thanks, Anne Marie, from behind the camera. And we'll blast it off with this. Ready?
Ready.
Woo!